Welcome back to Character Select. We are back at Woodman Lee.
What a quaint little place.
Oh, damn it. I didn't even see some of this stuff before.
And look at them pumpkins.
Oh, we can come back here to match the footprints.
Yep.
I see.
Yeah. Boy, they should have turned that
the
heater
logs
off.
are up here.
Yeah, I told you they were there.
That's the one I need. This
I wonder who's in there.
sea unicorn. Log notes for
June.
June.
Wait, no.
This
Go back.
is the crew list of the sea unicorn.
Peter Carey, obviously.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of other names on here. Read through the log and see what's in there.
Wait a second. Hold on, I'm putting this away. No. Okay, I see what it's making me do. JLPCPCNL. Alright, I don't see the connection yet, but that's okay.
For June. Nothing unusual.
Saw a whale tail.
Saw other whaling ship away to the north. 1 year ago, there were a lot of whales.
Log notes for July. Nothing special.
Saw no whales
Log
today.
notes for August. These pages have been torn away. Log notes for Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR. A torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn.
Sea
The first
unicorn.
2 of these will require speaking with
What
a
a name
dead
for a
man.
ship.
The last would be to locate vital witnesses, the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign.
Okay.
So that is a $250,000 bond.
Wait, really?
Pound bond. It says capital 250,000 pounds.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of money in the turn of the century. ASMTY BRS OMTI TK RNAO RANO GANT CPR KKCO LWPOTQE. So my thought was that they matched up somehow, but they don't.
They do.
Wait, what?
CPR.
Canadian Pacific. What? These are the bond notes that... Oh my god, those are the treasury notes that his father took.
Yeah. They're like the securities account numbers.
Oh my god. But I can't make a deduction based off that yet.
Nope.
Because I don't have the clues to put them through.
Not yet.
Okay. Also, the Canadian Pacific Railway was completed in 1885 by driving the last spike in somewhere in the prairies, and it connected the west coast of Canada to the east coast of Canada, and is largely viewed as the time in which Canada became its own country, sort of.
Well, I mean, that's sort of like when America became like a full country when East and West were connected, the Transcontinental Railroad.
Also, super fun facts, the Trans-Canadian Railway was built on the backs of Chinese labor
Just
and
like
murder.
all the railways in our country.
Yep.
In America.
Slightly fewer Pinkertons, though. There were still some Pinkertons, but there were fewer.
Plenty of Irish people, too.
In Canada, it was mostly Chinese people.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
in terms of, the slave labor we use for making the railroads.
Supposedly, the
Not
way that they
slave
employed...
labor, but...
Yeah. Supposedly, the way they employed the Chinese was as
Something
blasting
new,
agents
Watson.
by giving them nitro and then telling them to walk into a hole.
We shall soon learn what happened
That
to Nelligan's father.
seems incredibly wasteful.
Only to find
Yep.
them. Let us hope they're still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in
Do
a
you?
specialist.
And who
Oh.
might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang.
Yes.
Wiggins!
Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives.
I love that
Those
he's so
children are
disdainful of
everywhere.
the actual
They see and
police.
hear everything.
Well, because he
And
sees that they do, like,
all they
terrible
lack is
work.
organization. I'll summon
Well, they want to close the case. They're not necessarily interested in the truth.
There
Well,
is always
yeah,
a watch beneath our
obviously.
window. I have only to call him.
It's like in L.A. Noir, where the
Yeah.
guy wants you to get your man, and doesn't really necessarily care if it's the actual culprit or not,
Just wants to close the case.
because it looks good on paper.
The
Yep.
spot of
And
wailing,
spoiler
Watson.
alert for LA
Would you
Noir,
care to take
sometimes
part?
when you do get the right man, they're not happy.
No.
Yep.
But we do need to clarify what happened on the night of Black Peter's murder.
A reenactment, then? Is something bothering you?
The sailor's knife was.
That mustache of
Why
yours.
was it on the floor?
It's such a fabulous porn stash.
It is possible. But if that is the case, then it alters many things.
Whoa, there was some weird ass blur there
I
for a
don't quite
second.
follow.
Well, I mean, this is a
Tell me,
cutscene.
my friend.
Yeah.
What is the animal closest to man, morphologically, I mean?
A
I
gorilla!
see what you're
Nope.
getting at, Holmes. You asked me that once before. On the Ripper case, I believe. Do you want to slit some more pigs?
They're referring to Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper,
Thank goodness for
Ah,
that.
another game in
I
this
wish
series.
to impale one with a harpoon.
interesting.
But no, morphologically, we're closer to pigs.
Watson, let us pay a visit to our butcher friend in Whitechapel. We require the carcass
According to
of a
this.
well-fed pig.
And
I mean,
for
it's like
harpoon?
in CSI all the time. They burn and shoot and whatever pigs
Right.
because they have like all of our organs and our flesh is similar and all that stuff.
Right. I have to go back to fucking Black Peter's cabin. God damn it. Loading times.
Nope, you have to go get a pig from the butcher.
I have to go get a harpoon first.
Oh yeah. Now he's reading his case book instead of Dostoevsky.
So he actually does have a casebook. I don't know why I like that, but I do. Also, for the record, I enjoy I'm not necessarily a fan of the loading screen itself, but I like that they let you A, do things during the loading screen, and B, have it be integral to the story in that, hey, you're going from place to place. Would you like to examine your stuff?
Well, yeah, instead of like a Skyrim loading screen where they show like
Yeah.
some helmet floating around and be like, vampires were first seen in Skellige 500 years ago in the second
Yep.
era, blah, 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 blah.
Which I get is great for building the lore of the universe and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's like,
At the very
Come on.
least, it wasn't as egregious as Bloodborne's loading screens when that game first came out.
Bloodborne. Hope you know your game you're playing. It's called Bloodborne.
Well, 'cause that was all the-
Bloodborne.
It's because that's all they showed you. No information, just Bloodborne. Every time you died.
Bloodborne.
And it's like, you died a lot. Over and over again.
Alrighty. Stab this pig in the butt.
Well,
And then
here we are in the
cook it for dinner.
preparation room. I can't say that I like the smell of it much. What do you intend to do?
To indulge myself in a little experiment. The challenge of lancing a pig's carcass.
Oh, I thought that
with
was
a
his
deadly
cane.
harpoon.
A little experiment?
Stand aside, Watson. This might be dangerous. I am not well practiced in this exercise. Yet.
He is a true Renaissance man.
In order to perform the most reliable test.
I wonder where that mark is. Where could it be?
Fuck you, game. Nope.
You should try to aim better and throw as hard as you can.
Shut up, Watson. There we go. It can go right through.
I mean, if it doesn't
Jesus.
hit bone.
This is the
Even
best
then, it could
possible
deflect.
result that I could get. Do you see, Watson? Throwing a harpoon and pinning a man to a wall requires either exceptional strength and training or diabolical luck.
Diabolical.
It was a chance in 1,000 that night.
Well, yes. Let us leave now.
All right. But before we go, I suppose I'll have to pay for all these carcasses you've happily mangled.
All these one carcass
Very
eye.
well, but please hurry.
Carcass on.
Of course.
I like it when Watson isn't a dipshit.
Is he normally a dipshit? Okay, wait.
Like the trope in a lot of the movies and stuff, like the older movies and TV series, is that Watson is the idiot that Holmes has to explain everything to. Whereas in like the actual books, he's a very intelligent doctor who, in Hound of the Baskervilles,
just isn't as actually he's just not as observant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in Hound of Baskervilles, he figures it out, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Or he at least solves a piece of it, so...
So I have a theory. The strength requirement to pin somebody to the wall is incredible.
Yep.
But they couldn't break in? No.
You had it right the first time.
Yeah.
Pinned to the wall requires a ridiculous amount of strength. Okay, this is one of the ones where you have to pick. So basically, if you say it's like a lucky throw, then anybody could have done it.
Right.
If you're saying it's a feat of strength, then someone really strong had to do it.
Or two men.
Right. So either that would mean that it's either what's his face, Nelligan, or Nelligan plus
somebody else.
Co-conspirator.
Yeah. So following the Holmes frame of logic, which I think he only said in one story, but when you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth.
Right.
Neither of these are technically impossible, so I'm not going to choose yet.
No, you don't have to choose until the end, so...
Okay. But I do want to...
I mean, it doesn't hurt. You can always switch your choice.
Right. But I still feel like the break-in attempts and the feat of strength should be related, because if they could break in because they were strong enough to pierce a man with a harpoon, then why didn't they?
Because maybe they're not the same person.
Right. Anyway, I think we have to go back to Baker Street and call the irregulars now.
Talk to Wiggins!
Wiggins!
It's almost like Higgins.
Higgins Bottom.
No, from, what was it, Magnum P.I.?
The only thing I remember from Magnum P.I. is the opening sequence where the frickin' Ferrari peels around in a frickin' power slide.
The only thing I remember from Magnum P.I. is Tom Selleck's mustache.
Oh my god, such a fabulous mustache. Kind of like Watson's mustache, actually. It's
even more fabulous.
Only more fabulous.
It's more fabulous because he had fabulous 80s hair to go with it.
And the best Hawaiian shirts.
Only the best for Magnum P.I.
Only the best for Tom Selleck. Oh my god. Alright, next time on Character Select, we're going to contact the irregulars and see what we can find out. So, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to click that like button down below if you liked it. And, Tyler, what the fuck is Watson doing?
Reading the newspaper, eating tea, drinking tea.
Eating tea? Eating tea.
Well, yeah,
He's
like the
tea.
English tea, or whatever, the meal.
It's so thick you can just nom nom nom.
Well, they do put a lot of sugar and milk in it.
Yeah, the fucking heathens.